Oh, hello. Hey. All right. The time is. Let's put this away here. The time is 5 o'clock. I'm just sitting here chilling out, eating my sandwich. And Miguel Davenport, Antoine Harris, and Renee James of Long Beach, the three gang stalkers. Miguel is the 2-bit transitional housing director that hasn't given a court-mandated class ever. What he does is give them meth that's court-mandated not to do. Also, I'm eating a tuna sandwich. So I thought I'd record this video because, as you know, these three electronically harass me. You can look that up. Look up electronic harassment. What it is they use some kind of device that's easy to order, but nobody would think of doing that because most people aren't demonic cowards. And just think, I thought the devil was a little bold and brave. So, what they do is transmit audio signals that only an individual can hear through electromagnetic microwave or electromagnetic frequencies. And they do this to violate my privacy. So they can act like it's covert harassment set up to make a person either look schizophrenic or just it's torture to drive them crazy or something. But see, I will be the last one that they will be doing this to. So they violate my privacy every day, federal privacy laws, and they listen to my every word and everything that I talk about, everything that I say. I mean, even in the restroom, everything. They exaggerate and lie about everything. Like, so, say, for example, the truth about me is that I am smart and intelligent. You got Antoine. He's the big dummy. He's the big dummy of the group that wears the bifocals, and he doesn't say a word when he goes outside because he has a hidden mask and altered ego and probably several personality disorders. Okay. That dummy, he always says, "You stupid bitch." He sound like a big baby in a diaper that weighs about 300 pounds. I have never knew that a man, he's not even a man, a person could curse so much and say so many stupid things. Oh, your vagina smells. Like, what the hell? It's because they're violating my privacy. Probably brain mapping too. Who knows? Or it's just probably psychological. Because I am, all those things aren't true. And, we're all human. So when a human goes to the bathroom, they do the number 1 or number 2. So, but for some reason, they probably have done so much meth that their insides are liquid. And I'm talking about 40 years worth. We ain't talking about one day and done. We ain't talking about a couple of days and done. We're talking about 40 years worth with the goddamn felony record to prove so. So, let me take a bite of my sandwich. So what they do, Miguel Davenport, Antoine Harris, and Renee James, she was the one that, they've been trying to provoke me. I'm talking about burglary, vandalism, the whole 9 yards. You can check out my channel. Everything's the truth. It's not slander because it's the truth. It's not libel because it's the truth. As a matter of fact, the evidence is in their homes. Antoine Harris has a speaker and a microphone that he says phrases into, and they transmit that with this little device and, tap into Wi-Fi. So they know where I am, what I'm doing, and it sounds really crazy. But I don't have a history of mental illness, and I don't have a long history of drug use. See, we're the kind of people that come from the generation that we know how to party and then just let it go. They come from the generation is we started the party, but we were too weak to say no. Get it? I come from the generation where we know how to party and say no. They come from the generation where they're just too weak and just can't let go. Got it? So, several months of burglary. Miguel has been in my house. My Amazon Alexa picked it up. They would just, taunt and say things. Antoine would always discharge his empty clip gun. Man, if you guys seen this guy is like literally baby Huey with a bald ass head and a crater face. This guy's disgusting as fuck. And during this electronic harassment, so it's a couple of things that they do. So one, you call it a broadcast. So a broadcast is when they talk back and forth between each other about the person. So that would be them two, the operators, and then they talk back and forth about details of my life and saying it in lies. There's I wouldn't even. It's the most cowardice, pathetic thing that anyone. Nobody really knows about this, but there is a community out there gaining more awareness. So people that are like felons that kind of live under bridges and rocks and came from just got some housing on a fluke from living downtown LA or something and just really meth just really fucked their minds up, and they just decided, hey, we're going to gang stalk and commit Rico crimes for a living, and we're going to do it. But I'm too strong. I'm way strong, please. This you think this big dumbass D'Amico Harris and the little fairy, what is this? I don't even know what the fuck he is. You wouldn't know what the fuck he is when you seen him too. Miguel Davenport, who is also a police informant for the Long Beach Police Department. All three of them live at 325 West 10th Street, apartment 3 and 4. That's where they live. That's where the speaker is that Antoine makes these recordings of these phrases like, tweaker, 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 or, yeah, bitch, we go get. It's just, it's the most insane shit that you've ever heard of, that it would make the individual that's experiencing this feel uncomfortable even repeating. The heinous, vile, putrid, filthy, nasty, low down, dirty, demonic, devilish, diabolical things that they say. But and they think that they're God too, and they think evil is power, and it's just really disgusting. It really is. So every once in a while I log things, and I just log this video blog a little bit, not blog, but log this video because people need to know this. So back to the process of what they do. So Antoine, so there's 3 ways. So I told you there's the broadcast where they gossip about you on purposely so you can hear it. And just say untrue things. Like I could drop something on the floor. That dumb bitch is dumb. Like it's the most childish, dumbest shit ever. I could go to the bathroom. It's my that bitch is pissed. That dumb bitch. Shit dumb. I mean, this is Antoine. Come on. I'm hardly dumb. He's talking about his mother because she's dumb enough to have a son like that and him disgrace his entire family bloodline. So anyway, that's one thing that they do with the gossip back and forth, like conversational, trying to make you gain a conscience about something. But you should stand strong. You know who you are. There's no way that anybody else can tell an individual about themselves unless it's the correct context. These people are sick, mentally ill, mentally disturbed, and they're going to eventually tire out and get super exhausted from having to, maintain the lies and maintain the mask, because nobody knows that they're doing this in the comfort of in their own home. Nobody knows that. That's a mask that they got to keep. So now all of a sudden they listening to me all of a sudden. So at first it was torturing my child and I was like making fun of them. Like that's what they do. There's some kids that live in the back. So they take their voice and they record their voice on a micro SD card of them screaming, "Mommy, help me!" And then Miguel Davenport and Antoine Harris, and I hate to say this, acts like they are raping a child. It's the sickest shit ever. It makes you would want to put a bullet in their heads. But nobody's going to do that because there's already a bullet in their head. Because you have to be a sick bastard to even think something or say something like that. Like I said, I feel uncomfortable even repeating that. But this is the truth. This is what they do. So, where am I at? The second scenario is, I guess when they have to actually be human. See, because I can't be human and have privacy. But they can. So I guess when human time kicks in and they have to either feed themselves or somebody needs to smoke a bunch of meth and crack or go get more meth and crack, or they have to go, big 350-pound Antoine has to go get his Marlboro Ultralights. Like, how big nigga? Like, I don't smoke such a punk cigarette. Anyway, when they have to do these things, then the second scenario kicks in where they play a broadcast where it just repeats, "Oh, you're this, we gonna do this, we gonna do," and it's just repetitive phrases. And he does this with his microphone and his speaker. He's a very sick fuck. And he's also an African-American man, but he claimed white on the police report. Yes. And yeah, I don't even know what's up with him. Oh, and he's over 50, and he only gang bangs on women. So he'll hit me up with the sign, and I've never known anything like that. Also, he tries to gain street credit. So he tries to go around, regular gang-related people, men who are just really possibly good men, men that has lived a life that may have been challenging, but they are men and they would never do what he does. So he's a pathetic piece of crap. So every once in a while he tries to go hang out with the members of a gang. And it's pathetic because it's like they don't know what you're doing behind closed doors. If they knew, it would not be pretty. Okay, so that was the second scenario. Dummy with this speaker and this, And then the third thing they do are these simulations or reenactments, voice reenactments of either a home invasion, breaking into somebody's house, everybody screaming, and while they rape everybody and kill everybody. While they saying, "We kill your mom, you kill your..." It's the fucking sickest shit ever, you guys. I feel uncomfortable saying it. But remember, Antoine D'Amico Harris, he's born July 9th. He lives at 325 West 10th Street, apartment 3. He also drives a gray Dodge minivan with the Long Beach certified sticker that he parks in the back. Miguel Davenport, he's supposed to be the transitional housing director of Faithful Transitional Housing, which is addressed at 325 West 10th Street, apartment 3 or 4. But they live on the bottom in the back. And he's not a transitional housing director. He just sells meth to the very people that are court mandated to take classes to prevent doing drugs. So he sells meth from them, steals money from them. He assaults some of them. He solicits sex. So he wants them to perform oral sex, or he wants to perform oral sex on them. I know this because when I lived above him, that's what the shit that they were yelling out loud. Miguel also has sacrificed a cat in his kitchen. I also heard that. This guy is a very evil man. If you've seen him, you wouldn't know what the hell it is. You would not, there's no way that you would know. And so another thing is that they stalked me. They purposely said, "Oh yeah, we're going to make you do. But I'm not weak like them. Yeah. And then I'm a little funny. So I kind of channel this shit in a little humorous way, And then you got Those are the three scenarios of their form of, hey man, gotta get that, clear my throat. Those are the three scenarios of this electronic harassment, and they try all three, and it's just so lame. It's disgusting. And if people knew, I think they would be very upset. Very, very upset. I don't think anybody would want to live next door to a guy that simulates child rape. Like, he's sick. Miguel Davenport is the sickest one of them all. And you can tell because he has gender dysphoria. He is just disgusted at the sight of his own genitalia. He wears women clothes. He has antisocial personality disorder. A long, I'd say 4 decades of drug use and addiction. He engages in everything from burglary, which he has a felony for that, identity theft, fraud, mail fraud, everything and anything you can think of. This guy is a scumbag of the earth. I mean, the lowest piece of class trash, and he's about 50-something, and he rides a mountain bike. And it's okay to ride a mountain bike. Hell, shit, who knows? We all may have to ride one. But I will not be riding a mountain bike at 50 unless I'm working out. So you'll see him in Long Beach riding around, probably going to Belmont Shore to pick up some meth. He wears a off-white crocheted vest that dangles with little beads on the end of it. Sometimes he wears a bare midriff to show his belly. Oh, God, and he's a man. And he'll wear really tight women's jeggings or bell-bottom pants with tacky-ass white shoes. And you don't know what you're looking at when you see him. You don't know what the fuck you're looking at. And I'm sure he has a bunch of rings of skulls and all kind of demonic shit on him. He's a sick bastard. Also, Antoine Harris, he's what you call, I can't go to a job interview or live a life of normalcy. I can't even stand in a room full of men because I'm a convict. And wait a minute, convicts are some of the smartest men. But the reason why Antoine is dumb is because he failed to take those situations and use them to the advantage and possibly even help some youth or other people. So he just delved right into it. And so since he's so sorry at life, at everything, he finds and runs into this hideous woman. I mean, this woman is so hideous. She looks like a demon, the demon's brother, the demon's friend, and the demon's urine and stool all at the same time. And it's really bad taste to talk about how people look. I would never do that. But these people have done so many evil, demonic things to me. It's warranted. Renee is hideous. She just reeks and smells and rots and festers of evil. A con artist, a liar, and she definitely have multiple personality disorder. Definitely a lot going on with her, bipolar. I wouldn't be surprised if you found the CVS psych med section in her medicine cabinet. Okay, and I don't know what her mom and dad did with her, but wow. Jesus Christ. Good Lord Almighty. Oh man, I had never met somebody so sicker in my life. Lie, sneak, thief, you name it, she does it. They're all in unison, supporting each other's dysfunctionality. And that's my video for the night. I guess I was supposed to be scared. And so here's another kicker. So they stalk me, they listen to my private conversations, and they, when I tell people about it or do whatever, they say, oh, that bitch talking shit. And they go literally into a psychotic rage. So they're actually telling themselves that I'm bothering them and that I'm talking mess. When the reality is that they are, They are either looking at phone activity, hacking phones. They're violating federal laws. They're committing Rico crimes, violating my privacy. So the psychosis comes in at when they go into a psychotic rage because they think I'm doing something to them, but they're stalking me. So it's even a deeper detachment from reality from all the drug use, because they think that they should be able to bully me and do all these things to me, and I should shut up and be scared and not have an opinion about it, and just shut up, bitch, and be scared. Isn't that the sickest shit ever? Good Lord Almighty. So the reality of the situation is, I know who I am. I'm comfortable in my own skin, and, I just do my little healing work. Either way, I don't care if they are listening to me. What can you do? You're listening. You listening and stalking me doesn't say anything about me. It just says that Miguel Davenport, Renee Lynn James, and Antoine Harris are super totally mentally disturbed. And I add that is the most concentrated form of cowardice that you could commit. And they're just detached from reality. They're really low-class scumbags. And it probably comes from a lot of unchecked childhood trauma, childhood emotional neglect. You name it, they endured it, because this is the outcome of it. Their behavior. And they're even dealing with the supernatural and the demonic. And that's just crazy. That's just absolutely nuts. And I mean, I'm talking about wicked, diabolical. No, serves no purpose towards anyone on this planet. Wow. So with that said, guys, I'm going to continue to stand in my strength, do the work, continue to be a good person, continue to help others, continue to always check myself, and actually develop emotional intelligence, and overall just make sure that nobody has to experience this, not nobody, that they don't do this to anybody else. Because where they need to be is in prison or you know where. And I ain't talking about it in coffin. I'm talking about deeper than that. Lake of fire. So, after I stop this video, they're going to act like they have done, they're going to do what I say out of the three scenarios. They're doing the first scenario right now. I know this shit sounds crazy, right? But I did the research. I know what I'm talking about. And the evidence is right there in their house at 325 West 10th Street, Apartment 3 and Apartment 4. All right, guys. So everybody have a good night listening to me. And remember, I'm not embarrassed of that. But Antoine should be. And Antoine, maybe you could just, I don't know, it's wintertime. You got on some regular t-shirts and pants? Or you still wearing jersey basketball shorts, Raider slides, and a Raider hat with your big fat belly hanging over the fucking front of your fucking pants with a wife beater on? And also, I'd like you guys to go to Poshmark or go to Stitch Fix and also meet up with a colorist, a neurosurgeon, a plastic surgeon, and pretty much anybody that could remove a whole soul from one body into the other for your girl, because that's how much work she needs, because she is a hideous looking woman. So maybe somebody can teach her how to color coordinate her clothes and how to use the correct, textures, because, look like a hot mess. And tell her to leave the I support my gangbanger boyfriend active wear alone. Okay? Don't wear any biker shorts. Leave those sports bra out. Especially if they're dingy and all stretched out. Okay? We don't want to see the chunks in your ass. Okay? Got it? All right? See if you can work those ankles out too. Because it looks like two pairs of... It look like it's just two big old bratwurst sausages connected to two potatoes. Good Lord, man. Do some work down there, okay? Do that. You'll be happy. Okay? Put on a little lipstick and Go to a Mac counter or something. I don't know. Well, you can't go to a Mac counter. They're going to have to pour acid on your face, remove all your skin like Face Off and John Travolta with Nicolas Cage, and just remove it. Actually, you know what? Just forget about that. Just jump in the lake and die. Okay. Good night.